Plotting money.
Yo, what's going on, world? It's your boy Najee from rapradar.com. And today I got a very special guest, man. Seated to my left, hey, this one of the hottest new guys out, point blank, period, man. We gonna keep it 100. I'm excited for this one. I got my man, Mr. Cap-A-Lot, Polo G.
Hello.
What's up, dog?
Chillin', man.
Man, first of all, congratulations, man.
I'm shorty.
Big things?
Yeah.
You cool? They saying, I heard you just had a child?
Yeah, I just had my first son.
Wow.
First child, period, though.
Dang, that's a big deal, man. How does that feel?
Man, it's cool. It's like everything. I appreciate every little aspect about it, just to watch him grow every day.
Yeah. Was you in there, like in the delivery room, like seeing all that?
I was on my way to London, and then I got the call that he was on his way, so we canceled the flight. I came back to California.
Yeah.
About time I came, I think he was like just, she had just had him at like 6 o'clock. I had made it to the hospital at like 1 in the morning.
Wow, so you held him and did you feel like a father? Did it feel like what you thought it would feel like?
Like, felt crazy. I'm like, damn.
right. A little me.
Right.
Damn, that's crazy. That's what's up, man. Congratulations, bro. Man, so I thought it was important for me to make sure I got you up on here because I was listening to this Die a Legend tape and, man, it's a lot on there. I mean, just first off, just the idea of like Die a Legend. Like, how important is being a legend to you?
I mean, shit, it's important to be a legend. It's important to be a legend in like whatever like it is you doing. Whether you just you feel me, just a stay-at-home mom, whether you just you feel me, a day-to-day person within your community, is like you can die with a legend, or with a legacy of being a legend because you were so good at whatever it is that you did. So I feel like it's very important to be a legend.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, what do you think, I guess, steps in your mind that creates a legend, like in terms of this rap game for you? What's gonna make you a legend?
A person who had like an everlasting impact on people with his music. Whereas like from 10 years from now, you can still play some of my most popular heartfelt records and still vibe to them, no matter what you come from or demographic you come from.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, I feel like it's hard these days, especially like in this fucking social media era. Like we see people, they come, they get a record, you know, they be hot for like a month, 2 months, and then you know, it's hard to kind of keep that consistency. What do you think it is about you that is still kind of building even after these big records?
It's like, it's just me growing as an artist with the music, you feel me, and with my fan base, and me just gravitating towards the things that's gonna better my career.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, you know, I listened to the tape and you talk really openly just about your story, about where you come from and, you know, some street shit that used to happen and things like that. At what point was it that you actually like took rap seriously, where you was like, yo, this is where I live at, this rap space?
It was really after I had shot my first video. I shot my first video in about 2017.
Yeah.
And then after that, I just loved the whole entire experience, and that just made me want to keep going with the music ever since then.
Was it the experience of the actual video, or was it the experience of like everyone's reception to the shit?
It was just every little every little part of that I partook in. Like, you feel me, the grinding for the video shoot, the making it happen and see everything unfold into what I wanted it to be, is like, I felt good about that.
Yeah. I mean, from the outside looking in, it feels like shit went fast for you. Like, it feels like shit went super quick. Did you feel like that, like, in your journey?
I mean, looking back on it, it went fast, but going through the grind, it didn't feel like it was fast. But definitely looking back now, I'm like, dang, bro, I was just here last year. Right.
Nah, that's a fact. I mean, you know, you speak openly a lot in your music, just, you know, about family and, you know, your moms and all of that stuff, your sister. How was the family structure? Because, like, I feel like, you know, especially with, you know, when you're young and black, a lot of parents are not always like good for rapping. Like, yeah, be a rapper, you know what I mean? Supportive of that. Like, how was your parents with that? Just supportive? Were they supportive of your rap career?
Man, in the beginning, they weren't feeling that at all. Like, nobody was really feeling that. I had to make people believe us. Like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna show you this what I'm gonna do. So, over time, they couldn't do nothing but support what I had going on.
Right. I know you said in the record that, like, you know, you felt like you think your mom used to hate you. I know you said you said it on the record. What was that dynamic like? Was y'all cool? Was it like kind of strained at a point?
At one point in time, like, you feel me and my mother ain't had the best relationship, and it wasn't really nothing of her fault. She raised me to be everything that she wanted me to be. It was just me being hard-headed, a teenager, not listening, feeling like I could do whatever I wanted to do. So we butted heads a lot in that aspect, but you feel me? Like, it was just a lot of, a sequence of events that I was just messing up all the time and shit. And I know I was letting her down, so I'm like, dang, I feel like my OG don't rock with me.
Right, nah, I feel that. I mean, I thought it was interesting. I heard in another interview you was talking about, you know, your pops and him being there. What was that dynamic like? Because, you know, I know, you know, a lot of times when they say, like, people who fall in the street shit, they say a lot of times, you know, if your pops ain't there, whatever the case. What was that kind of dynamic?
Like, my pops always, like, didn't never go a day without, you feel me, just being there for us. So it was just like cool to have a father figure, because I know, like you say, a lot of people ain't blessed to have a father around to teach them this or even play catch with them. Like, things like that count. It was like I had it, like I really just appreciated that whole thing, just to have my pops around. Yeah.
Is it something that you take from that experience that you could apply to your son or your child now? I don't know the gender yet, but is it stuff that you take from that?
I mean, what my pops did was just being open air, being somebody who willing to listen. Like, that's what I definitely want to do and playing a part in my son's childhood.
For sure, for sure. Now, I know you had the record and you was like, you know, a lot of trapping started because you wasn't getting allowance. Like, you know, you needed that money to get your money up.
Right.
Is that how it, like, is that just kind of like where it started? Like, just you diving into some street shit, jumping off the porch? Was it just like, I'm trying to get this bread? Or was it more like, niggas around me is on it, so I'm on it?
It was like, in Chicago, it's a little bit of everything behind the reasons that you were getting in the streets. It's like, you got friends that's passing away because of the streets. You got, feel me, everybody around you doing this, and on top of that, you going through living in poverty. You going through the motions of living in poverty. So it's like, your parents could be working so hard and trying to get what they can for you, but you know or feel like you need more. And so you get on your grind, and as far as the streets go, just dive in here first.
Yeah. Yeah. When you dived in the streets, was it like, you know, what was your mentality? Was it like, yo, nigga, we just gonna go get this money, or was you on some just, I'm just trying to cause wreck out here? Like, what was the mentality with the street shit for you?
It was like, really, I was just going through the motions of it. Like, you know, and at a point in time, it'd be like when you so down on your luck, or you just into the streets in general, like, no nothing about the streets feel good, I can tell you that much. Yeah. So it's like you just, at your lowest, feel like you be willing to do anything.
Right.
Like, you just gotta come to a point in time where you come to the realization that if I stay here, I'm gonna either end up dead or in jail. There's no other alternative to the streets besides falling back. That's the only way you're gonna win. So it's like,
that's a fact. I mean, you did sit down and do some time. You know, you said in the music. When you, first of all, how much time did you sit down for?
I ain't never sit down for like no long periods of time for real, but the times that I did sit down, I always felt like was enough.
Right.
And I ain't finna keep on coming back to this place. Yeah. So it's like, I just always, it was like a sequence of times, like I'll go, get out, 2 weeks later I'm back in there again. A month later I'm back in there again. 2 months later I'm back in there again. I'm like, man, I can't keep on doing this or it's gonna get way worse.
Right. Was there a specific moment that it clicked for you, like, man, fuck this shit, or was it just kind of like a natural progression? Or was there something specific that happened that made you be on some, like, I ain't coming back here?
It was like the last time that I had got booked, because my music started bubbling, my music started popping. So I'm like, man, I got too much going for myself to keep on running in and out this place.
Facts. Did the niggas in jail know your music was popping? Was they like, did they know like, oh shit, like he out here? We know his shit.
That's the craziest thing, because that's what really showed me. That's was the signs that showing me like I need to stay on my music stuff. Because around the last time I got booked, it's like I'm going inside of my cell, nigga, like, dang, you look familiar. He get to hitting my songs inside of the cell. And then I just go, coming back on my way to court, I'm mad and shit, nigga looking all in my face, I'm ready to fight. He like, nah, you Polo G, ooh.
That's hard.
So it was like, everybody, you feel me, was really getting hip to what I had going on.
Yeah, that's super dope, man. And I know, like, even in the midst of that, like, you know, you talk about depression in your music, like, you know, going through periods where you face depression, and that's such a real thing for you to talk about, because a lot of people go through that type of shit and they don't really speak about it. When you went through that, what do you think was, I guess, the cause of it for you? What do you attribute that depression to?
It really just be, like I say, like being in the streets don't really feel good. It really just be the fact that you messed up right now. Like I say, you got homies that's passing away. You want your family to be doing better for themselves. It's like so much things that's going on around you. And then on top of you facing these same problems, everybody around you facing them same problems. So it's just a cloud of depression for everybody. Like you gotta overcome them situations and circumstances.
What do you do to overcome?
It's like I just, like I say, like falling back, I had to get away. Felt like I really needed to change up my scenery to get a new outlook on life. That's the most important thing.
Was that you like moving, you mean? Like changing up the scenery, like moving out?
Moving out, or just putting myself in different environments. Like, you can live in Chicago, but it's two Chicagos almost. It's the hood that's clapping up everything, then you got the downtown Chicago where they don't never hear about no violence.
Shit like that,
Right, so you just gotta change up your environment.
Was you up, like, north? You grew up in the north?
Yeah, I'm from north side of Chicago, near north side of Chicago.
Okay. I mean, it's interesting because, like you said, is, you know, a lot of people in the community is seeing that because we all dealing with the same shit, like friends who died, friends going to jail and going through poverty and all that. I know, even when we talking about depression, you said, I think it was on the BST record, like, even you was feeling depression in the mansion, and that shit was crazy. Like, damn, like even when you know, you got to the level where shit is up, you living and you still kind of feeling like, what do you think that's because of?
Because it's like going through that so much before you get to where you at, it's like it almost train your mind to still feel that way, even when there's no reason to feel that way.
Wow.
So you can still be having flashbacks from your past causing current depression.
That's crazy, man. That's deep, man. And I know, like, even just in the midst of you trying to cope with it, like you speak openly about, you know, popping X, that was your thing, it seemed like. Was that a way that you felt like it was kind of helping you cope with life, cope with situations? Or was it just more recreation?
It was just that was just like something I ran to as far as like feeling down or just trying to get through the motions of my day almost.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it about it that just made you fuck with it so crazy? Like should just feel good? Like, what is it about, like, that made
just the high in general was just something that I ran to escape my problems.
Yeah.
And I figured out like that wasn't no cool way really, because it's like X ain't no real good thing for the body. So I really actually just fell back off of it.
That's dope. I know, cause I follow you on Twitter, so I see sometimes you talk about, like, you like, damn, I feel like relapsing today. All your fans like, no, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel like you get the strength and the willpower to just, you know, get up? Because it's not easy, man, battling, you know, a drug addiction and different shit like that.
Like, my son was one of the things that helped me, like, see that I needed to fall back off something like that, because I'm trying to set an example for him.
Yeah.
So it's like I just be putting certain things into perspective just to help me out with shit.
Yeah. How bad was it on, you know, just on your physical? Because I know, you know, I watched your lives a couple times. You talk about, like, you know, you was losing weight, and now you was like, yo, I'm gaining weight. You was trying to flex on niggas on the live. You know what I mean? Was it really kind of deteriorating your physical?
Yeah, like I know when I first came home, I was like I'm a skinny dude in general, but I know when I first came home, I was like 150 pounds.
Yeah.
I popped the X, and it's like I got down to like 130 pounds. I'm like, damn, I need to lay off that shit, but it's so hard though.
Right. How often was you on it though? Like a couple times a day type shit, or just?
Yeah, I know it got to the point, popping X, I was popping X so bad, it got to the point I could pop like 8 X pills in a day. And frequently though, I'm like, yeah, I gotta fall back off this shit. It's fucking with my memory, fucking with like how I'm acting on the regular, all type of shit. Like that shit ain't cool.
Right. Nah, for sure, man. I'm glad you in this space, like, focused right now, man.
Right.
Do you feel like, does success bring you more focus? Just in the sense
Definitely.
Like, yeah?
It's like you could get in your groove. You see so much stuff moving and so much good things happening, and that just enlighten you to keep going. So success definitely a big key in it.
I mean, obviously, man, this fucking Pop Out record is stupid, right? Like, Billboard, everything. Y'all niggas is doing millions of streams. You and Lil TJ.
Yeah.
What did you? First of all, I always like to ask people: did they know? Like, did you know that this record was gonna be like that?
I knew the hook was a banger. That I did know. I knew it was gonna do something, but I didn't know it was gonna do all that.
Yeah. But I mean, what do you attribute it to? Like, what do you think the fans, like, what made it so crazy that fans kind of just gravitate? Because you got a lot of joints. Like, what do you think is about this one that made fans like, nah, this the one right here?
I mean, it's a hard song. It's a catchy song. It's definitely a vibe. And then on top of that, it's just two young dudes out, both of their cities, out two big cities doing their thing. Of course, the people was gonna support that.
Right. Nah, that's a fact. I mean, how did you and TJ kind of link up? Just on some industry shit? Like, you knew people in common, or what's that kind of relationship like?
We knew people in common. On top of that, it was like TJ. Like I just was hip to his music. You know, like I rock with TJ in general as an artist, and vice versa. So we just linked up on some real we rock with each other type stuff.
Facts. Who else you fuck with? I mean, you featured on a lot of records. I mean, I had Cowboy on here. Shout out to Cal's, my man. You know, y'all got the Caroline record, real dope, super dope. What like who else you rock with that you got that chemistry with? Because you and TJ definitely have a chemistry. Who else do you feel like you got that chemistry with?
I say an artist like No Cap from out of Alabama.
Yeah.
I say Quando Rondo too. I rock with Bro Heavy.
Yeah, that's dope. I like those, man. Would you consider doing records with, like, I see everybody be wanting you to do something with Chief Keef. I see on the live, they always asking you, you know, obviously, you know, Chicago, you grew up seeing, you know, Keef's fucking explosion. How impactful was that movement just, like, to you and your musical ear?
It's like, back then when I was a shorty and all of the niggas out of Chicago was doing their thing, it's like, that's all I listen to. I ain't want to hear nothing at the radio, gotta play. I'm listening straight to the city. So it's like it had an impact on the way that I wanted to go about my music as far as what I'm gonna talk about.
Right. Now I think it's interesting. You one of the younger guys, because everybody like don't necessarily got bars. Like the cadences be hard, the flow, but you got bars. Like I feel like you concentrating on making different kind of bars. Where'd you get that from?
Like really, I think it's almost a me thing too, because I say it's a Wayne thing, like being a big Wayne head as a kid.
Yeah.
So I like used to hear him say certain things and it stuck with me, so I know I wanted to have that same effect. But on top of that, it's just like I'm a perfectionist. So it's like I'm about one of the only artists in this day and age that's so young that still write my music. I never freestyle a song. I want everything to be well thought out.
So you set up straight up and write the shit out?
Yeah.
That's fire, man, because everybody always say like, nah, I go off the top, I don't do.
Right.
Why was that not interesting to you to want to do that? What makes you kind of write it out?
Cause if you know music, if you rap for real, you know what a freestyle and a written sound like.
It's different.
A freestyle gonna go from this topic to this topic like this.
Right.
Like I want everything to be cohesive.
Absolutely. I mean, I know you just mentioned Wayne being your favorite rapper. What's a Wayne line that kind of stands out to you that, you know, like when I say first Wayne line that that stands out to you that just like stuck with you?
I just spoke about this on the Genius thing. They had asked me what was my favorite bar, period, and I picked the Lil Wayne 6 foot, 7 foot bar. It was like, if these niggas animals, then I should have a mink soon. I like that.
Yeah, that's all. I fuck with that. Or, so even, just in your creation, you know what I'm saying, we talked about Pop Out, platinum record. How important is those type of accolades to you? Like, getting platinum records and being top 10 Billboard and stuff, how much does that matter to you?
I mean, it matters a lot, just as an artist, especially because it's like, that's what plant your feet in the ground or get you up there as an artist who had a lot going for themselves and made a lot happen with just their music. So I feel like that's a big part.
Right. So I'm gonna talk about a couple records on the tape that I really, fuck with. The Battle Cry record, I like that joint a lot. That's super dope. I know you said like, people don't be solid. You switching up a lot of times. Like the fame kind of make you switch. Now that you amassed this level of success, and it's still new to you, right? Like your profile's still growing, it's still happening.
Right.
What you think is gonna make you not be able to switch up?
It's just like knowing myself and staying true to that. That's the biggest part, because a lot of people don't got that ability. A lot of people can get so caught up and lost in everything that's going on and the hype and the fame that they'll forget what the main objective is, and that's to just elevate and grow rather than be content on where it is that you at. It's always room for improvement. It's always room to like grow. So that's the biggest part.
What do you do to keep your growth just as an artist? Like, what do you think makes you grow? Is it just you spending time in the studio? Is it you listening to other people's shit? Like, what helps you to continue to grow?
It's putting in that time. It's actually critical thinking, like just sitting back and thinking on what's the move I should make next. Marketing, all of that come into play.
That's pretty dope. So you real instrumental just in terms of like your marketing and your rollouts and things like that?
Yeah, like I definitely play a big part, if not, well, I play, a big part in everything that I got going on. The biggest part, I got to, you feel me? Especially as an artist, because I wouldn't have got as far as I did if I didn't know what I was talking about.
Right, no, that's a fact. But you have artists where it's like, obviously you think you have a distribution with Columbia, but it's like some artists, like they come on the label and it's like the label is giving them whatever, like I'm just gonna give you the music, y'all can do the rest of the shit. But it seems like you kind of focus more on like being kind of instrumental on that. Where'd you kind of get that from? Like, why is that important to you?
It's like, if it helps the vision. Like, if I go out of my way to choreograph a video or just put a video together and put a feature together or a song, make a song happen, it's like, that's my vision. My vision always gonna further me because I'm looking out for it in my best interest.
Right.
If you get what I'm saying.
Right. Now you use social media a lot. I tune into your lives sometimes. Like, you're pretty funny dude. I watch your lives and shit. I know on the last Strike record, you was talking about how social media kind of be getting niggas' brains fucked up a little bit, just kind of fried. What you think is like, you grew up in this social media generation where it's like, it's a lot of clout chasing going on, it's a lot of this, a lot of that. What do you think is the challenging part about just kind of growing up in this social media era?
The challenge, it's a challenge on like the peer pressure of it. It's a challenge on like focus too, because I know like it wasn't just till recently about this year I fell back on Facebook. I used to be on Facebook so heavy. Like that could get me distracted on writing my music, that could stay me distracted on doing what I gotta do.
Facts.
Social media just really ain't good for you if you really think about it.
You feel like you take breaks off of this shit? Like just
definitely,
like,
I gotta tell myself like, dude, chill, like fall back off that right now.
Right, I feel that. I mean, how important is that? Because like, a lot of your fans is, following your social heavy. How important is just the connection with the fans part for you?
That's really important, because you wouldn't be where you are without them. You gotta show them that you rocking with them just as much as they rocking with you.
Yeah. I feel that, man. The Finer Things record, man, that's another banger that you got. Finer Things went off so crazy. I know the line that really sticks out is like, yo, we ain't really see no heroes, so we looked up to the villains. Why you think, I feel like it's two parts to that to me, because it's like, one is, what do you really consider a hero? Like, if there's no heroes, is it just like, you don't consider somebody a hero? Like, what does a hero even look like?
A hero could be just like somebody who inspire you in a positive way, though. A hero can't be somebody who leading you astray.
So you don't feel like coming up in Chicago, niggas don't really see that?
Like it actually tailored back to you, what you saying. It's also what you consider as a hero, but because niggas don't want to be no doctor and lawyer, so you could probably have at least one of them in your hood, but people ain't looking up to him.
Yeah.
People looking up to the person who gained his success probably through rapping, like, or gained his success through being a community leader and things of that sort.
Right. Why you think that is though? Like in our community, I feel like, we put a lot of emphasis on entertainment specifically, right? Like, I mean, I'm in entertainment, we in entertainment, but it's like, when you got somebody like in the hood that's a doctor, a lawyer, we don't really, people don't really look at it like, oh, like, man, I want to do that. Why you think that is? I don't say people, because some people do, but I feel like there's a large amount of people in these urban areas that don't.
Because, I don't know, I guess it's probably because that's more of a serious route. Like it take a lot of hard work, take a lot of, you feel me? Like it's just a way more serious route. I don't think people will see no fun in that for real. So a lot of people want to do things that they can incorporate like a liking to it.
Right. Like just the whole like going to school for 8 years, doing all that shit. And niggas, I feel that. Do you think it's ever, because you talk also about like breaking cycles, like things kind of happen in cycles in these neighborhoods. Do you think it's shit that you being so important and integral part in the community that you could do to help break these type of cycles?
Like you could definitely, or I could definitely use my influences to make certain things happen around my way, and then cause other people to want to do the same. Yeah. It's just really by leading by example. Like if I'm going out of my way and helping others and making things happen, a lot of other people will want to do the same thing. Cause I know me just looking back and man, Nipsey Hussle all the way from LA, it's like I was really tuned in to what he had going on, and that inspired me to want to have some properties in my neighborhood and things of that sort. So
hell yeah.
I know it's just a big part of like leading by example.
Right, that's so interesting that you say that, like rest in peace Nip. I mean, like you said, he was an example of entrepreneurship and just even outside of the music part.
Just being an intelligent dude, period. Like I really appreciated that about him. That made me want to show my smarts and what it is that I'm doing and the way that I talk and everything.
That's dope. How do you feel like you have more of a reason and a want to be an entrepreneur? Like, is that something that interests you?
Yeah, it's like I just want to be real business savvy, period. And I don't really see myself rapping for too long either. Yeah. So I just definitely want to tap into the business aspect. So
what part of it would you do? Like, would it be like real estate? Like we over here, shout out to Viola. We in the Viola building. We was talking about off camera, talking about getting a weed strand and different stuff like that. What kind of businesses would you create? Like,
man, I'm willing to jump into the real estate, of course. But like making investments as far as like brands and things of that sort, or making my own brand, whether it's clothing, down to weed strand, like we saying, like anything that could really give me a bang for my buck and I can really make a difference with.
Right. Now I feel like, man, you really, it seems like you got a good head on your shoulders, man. You're thinking a lot, before you speak. And I think that's just important because, like we said, is in these communities, man, it's a lot of kids dying unnecessarily, bro. And I feel like Nip kind of did his part, and you see like even older artists like Meek and everybody kind of smartening up and trying to tell everybody else to smarten up. What do you think, what kind of message do you have like to everybody that's watching this, like just in terms of that?
That's to really like I say, like stay true to yourself and stay focused on whatever it is that you really want in life, and be the #1 believer in yourself, because like I say, ain't nobody gonna believe in you until you show that you going hard and believe in yourself.
Right. Do you think it'll ever change? Like I know you got the line where it's like, yo, people, we don't get physical, we go straight to guns. Like,
I mean, like I say, it gotta be somebody with the influence that come around and lead by example and show you like, all right, well, we can start handling situations this way, or we could go about it this way. And somebody who really like there though, you can't be all the way. You can't be all the way in a good neighborhood or somewhere else, and then you telling us about the streets. You got to be there physically and be hands on with it. A lot of people fear that, so that's why it's not happening.
That's deep, bro. That's real deep, man. That's super dope, man. I like where you at, man. I like where your mind is at. We just dropped this tape. What do you see as just the next elevation, like for Polo G? Where does shit go from here?
Man, really just climbing as a star, being one of them top rappers in the game. I definitely feel like I'm on my way to being that. I just got to make it happen, putting in that work, drop some more fire albums, projects in general, and just keep marketing myself and growing as an artist.
Dope, dope. Now, lastly, this is last thing I like to do. I got this like NBA to rapper comparison board I always do. Like I like to say Drake is LeBron, and like I got that shit, right? So I got who I think you are. I want to know if you thought about that. I'm gonna ask you, like, if it was like NBA, who you think you would be right now?
I'll say, like, not to be a bandwagoner, but I'll say Kawhi Leonard.
Why?
Because it's like, he's so quiet and he's to himself. And then when it matters, he gonna show up and show out. And then, like, a lot of people wasn't really looking at him as the person who was gonna, you feel me, be at the top and make things happen, but he made it happen, like the X Factor, basically.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the, you feel me, I'm the person who fly under everybody's radar just doing my thing, but then when it really matters, you gonna see me blow up.
Right, that's a fact. I was gonna say, I mean, I can't say Kawhi yet because I feel like he just been in for a long time. I see why you said that. So I would go with one of the younger guys. I feel like more, to me, you kind of like, you remind me of Jason Tatum kind of on Boston. Like he put on and you just see it like he's gonna be a star. Like he he show up, he gonna give you 30 real quick and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You fuck with that? You like, you don't know. Nah, man. Yo, Polo, I appreciate you coming to pull up on me, dog. This is another episode of Cigar Talk, man. Polo G, we out of here.